Those guys, even temperament, was the great Wilt Chamberlain.
Man, Wilt Chamberlain. Everybody knows him as a great athlete, but Wilt Chamberlain was like ridiculously strong.
Which is, I guess, why he got the part of Bombada in Conan the Barbarian, opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Look, if you ask anybody who played against him, they'd tell you he was one of the strongest guys in NBA history. And in his prime, it was said that he was able to bench upwards of 500 pounds, which obviously would impress someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here's what Schwarzenegger had to say about Wilt Chamberlain. I would go watch him play when he was on the Lakers, and we would go work out together. He did tricep extensions with 180 pounds, which blew us all away, end quote.
Well, thankfully, Wilt had a pretty even temperament, but even that had its limits. The great Celtic guard, Sam Jones, talks about one experience he had with the Big Dipper.
Well, I saw all of this big body of Wilt Chamberlain, and I put my elbow into his solar plexus, and I heard him grunt. Ugh! And as I was coming back on the court, he was coming after me with his left hand. And I knew that was not to shake my hand because he's right-handed. And I knocked this photographer off his stool. I picked up the stool, and I reached back to hit Wilt. And by that time, the whole bench on both teams had emptied, and Russell was in front of Wilt. Wilt was looking over his shoulders, pointing at me and saying, "Sam Jones, I'm going to make you eat the stool." And I was saying, "Wilt Chamberlain, I'm going to crack your kneecaps." Well, anyway, that got over. The next night, we played in Philadelphia. And so Wilt Chamberlain told me, he says, "Don't come into the paint tonight." And, being a smart aleck, I said, well, I'm going to come in there. The first time I got the ball, I went in for a layup. He did not try to block the ball at all. He blocked my body. He put me flat on my back, and I remember him coming and getting close to me and saying, "The next time you come in here, I'll knock you flat on your butt again," as he was picking me up. And I says, "I won't be back." And that whole night, I did not come back into the paint.